All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Morning Momentum with me. If you guys don't know, if this is the first time you're tuning in, my name is Matt Beard. I am a owner of a real estate investing company here in Phoenix, Arizona. We can buy properties all across the country, as well as I own a virtual staffing company called VAHub.com. So if you guys are trying to grow your business, you need to start leveraging your time. Go to vahub.com, book a discovery call, and see if we could be the right fit. So let's get right into it today, guys. Um, we've been talking about real estate marketing all week. We've been talking about cold calling. Yesterday, we broke down SMS a little bit, kind of explained the process. So if you guys missed those episodes, please be sure to go to my channel. Um, like, subscribe. You can just at least watch the videos there as we broke down our numbers. So the point of this week is just looking at what's been working in our business, what's not working, what we need to tweak. Every single week, I get a report from my systems manager. His name's Mark. And it's funny because Mark manages the marketing, right? So it's a nice pun there. But Mark sends me a report every week, and I get to see what market's working the better. What market's working better, which one we need to maybe scale back on, and where we need to spend our time. Right? Where should we be spending our money and time marketing? Where can we be the most efficient? And if you guys are not tracking your KPIs, if you're in real estate investing or a realtor, highly, highly, highly recommend you start doing that as soon as possible. So that way you're not flying blind. That way you know that you're spending money in the right areas. For the longest time, I didn't do that. For the longest time, I was just like, let's just do this. Let's call this list. And the way we gauged our results was how many leads we got and how many deals we got. But the challenge is when you start building it out, right? Once you start having multiple VAs and you start having multiple people running these things, it's nice to know what campaigns are working better. And I'm sure you guys would agree with that. It's nice to know what campaigns are outperforming the others, right? But like we broke down on cold calling, we broke down on SMS, like we know right away that cold calling in Phoenix is not near as good as it is in Florida, right? And then Flip Token, SMS here in Phoenix is really good in comparison to some of our other markets because of the demographic stuff. So it's always important to know who your end consumer is, who's your end client, who is that end person you're marketing to, and then work backwards from there. But today, let's talk about voice broadcast. So, for you guys who don't know what voice broadcast is, it's not RVM. RVM is illegal in most places, right? I know it's definitely illegal in Florida. RVM is a ringless voicemail. That's what RVM stands for. Um, and it's great. I wouldn't say it's great, but I would say it does work to an extent, right? You just have to send a lot of them. We were sending right around 7,700 RVMs per day. Um, you know, what is that? 20 business days a month, and we could count on about one deal a month from that. So that's so many. That is so many ringless voicemails to get just one deal. But again, our numbers could change depending, and as well as your business. If you're doing RVMs and finding a lot of success and crushing it, that's amazing. But for us, we didn't see that great of results. So we switched to voice broadcast. And the difference in voice broadcast is that it actually rings the person's phone, right? So instead of it just going straight to voicemail, the voice broadcast will ring their phone, right? And they get a chance to answer it. And if they answer it, they'll hear a recording. And if they don't answer, it will then go to voicemail, but it at least rings their phone. So it's a little tweak, it's the little things, but we found we've been able to reach a lot more people with it. We're able to call people on landlines, right? We're able to not just do cell phones, we can do landlines as well. It actually rings the phone, so it's compliant. And it elicits a better response. And we don't field those incoming calls, right? So we do the voice broadcast out, and then when someone returns that call with someone that they're interested in selling, it'll go straight to our dial pad voicemail, right? So the voicemail says, "Hey, thank you for calling, blah, 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 blah. Leave your property address and we'll get back to you as soon as possible," right? So someone will leave a voicemail with, "Hey, I got a property at 123 Main Street. Interested to see what you guys can offer." Got it. Cool. So we call those people back. They're more warm leads. But again, it is a numbers game, but we're converting in a higher percentage than we do RVMs. Now, it's kind of hard to not convert as high as RVMs, but yes, that's how we're doing it, right? We do the voice broadcast, wait for the response to come back in, and then we return those calls. And from last week, it looks like we had looks like 11 leads last week from doing just a small sample size of voice broadcast. So we don't send near as many as we did with RVMs, right? RVMs, again, 7,700 a day. With voice broadcast, we're sending right around 2,000 a day. So almost a quarter of what we used to send, and we're getting more leads. So just from what we're seeing, guys, voice broadcast is great. If you don't know what that is, please shoot me an email, mattbeard@vahub.com. Happy to explain that with you. Um, but the main thing I wanted to just show you guys today, that there's so many different ways you can market, and there's going to be no better time to start doing it right now. If you're not spending money in the right areas in your business, like, it's not going to grow, and you're going to look back at this time and wish that you would have spent more. So I think it's important that, yes, number one, you spend it wisely, but with telemarketing, whether it's cold calling, texting, or voice broadcast, you're not going to spend near as much money as you are with the old mediums, right? So the people that still think a TV ad is going to work, we have people here locally who think, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to be on television. We're going to do an ad and we're going to crush it." That's not the case, man. No one freaking cares about your TV ad that is on at lunchtime on whatever television network. No one's going to watch it, right? Unless you're going to run a TV ad on the Super Bowl, why do it? So this is the day and age where it's so easy to reach our end user, right? Just by skip tracing, getting their numbers. So I implore you guys to start taking advantage of this. There is no magic list. There is no special group of people that you're going to be able to call and you're going to milk out the most amount of deals. I would say the list that matters is the one you're going to be consistent with. So the same people that we cold call are the same people we text, which is also the same people we send voice broadcasts to, right? It's the same people we go door knock, right? So this is, if we niche it down to a point where we know if we get that person on the phone, there's a good chance that by selling their property, uh, whatever that means may be, if it's cash, if it's as a wholesale for us, or if it's creative finance, or if it's subject to, we feel good if we get that person that we're going to be able to solve their problem. So start there. Ask yourself, who is my end consumer? Pull a list based on that and start hitting it from all angles. Voice broadcast is very cost effective if you do it right. If you email me, I'll tell you the exact system we use. So just email me, mattbeard@vahub.com. Happy to share that with you guys. As well as texting, right? Texting super duper cost effective. You can focus on those two things and then push those texts to phone calls like we talked about yesterday. So, guys, this stuff works, but you got to start doing it. You got to start taking action on it. Today, I actually have a private training with some sub 2 students. It's going to be a ton of fun on how to train a VA. So maybe we'll address training VAs next week whenever we do these morning momentum stuff. I got that today, as well as a couple sales meetings. So trying to get a couple deals pushed across the finish line. I'm helping the sales team do that. So it's going to be a ton of fun, man. It's a busy day as usual, but however, we would not want to be, I wouldn't want it any other way, right? So if you guys like this video, please share it with your friends, share it with your family. Go to the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. We're also doing another live today at 11, right? So 11 is Unstuck Your Business. We are going to be talking about how to train your VAs to close, right? So if you're in real estate investing, we're going to be talking about kind of what that process looks like, getting your virtual assistant from being a cold caller to taking on more responsibilities and becoming a closer. So it's going to be a ton of fun, guys. Thank you for tuning in, watching this episode. Again, if you enjoyed the content, like it, heart it, do whatever you want. Make sure to comment on these things. I always go back and respond to the comments, even if it isn't on the live. And go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. We'll love to see you there. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday. We're one day closer to the weekend, but I hope you guys still go out there and crush it today. I'll see you next time.